Hi, everybody. Michelle from Creative Healings here, and I want to go over the journal prompts for the last 3 days that I said that I would do. I'm very, very open about who I am and my healing journey. I've put out a lot of my inner child journal prompts. Plus, prior to that, I had journal prompts going out. And now we're going into some Hinduism journal prompts, okay? And we're going to kind of work on this one for a couple weeks as well. So I think it's really, really important to start, balancing ourselves out. And I don't want to turn around and leave out men because I think we all need to balance out ourselves. Uh, so I think that I'm just going to go forward with this, okay? So the Shiva-Shakti journal prompts, okay, from the other day were, where in my life am I being called to soften? Where am I being called to rise? Okay, so I am being called to soften within myself. I am really, really hard on myself. I will honestly say I'm probably hard on my, he's still my husband. Um, because I do have some expectations of honesty. And when honesty is gone, when somebody deceives you, um, it's kind of hard. So, but I'm calling to, I'm bringing myself to soften in that whole area. Not that I'm going to take a step back and not be there for myself, because I'm going to be here for myself from going forward. But I think that's where it's, where am I being called to rise? I'm being called to rise above what my ego would want me to do, right? So my ego says, you should go do this or you should go do that. And my soul is saying, oh, I don't know about that. That's kind of harsh, right? So I'm trying to take a step back and look at things in a bigger picture. And I am willing to be soft and go through, try to go through marriage counseling. So I'm willing to do that because I do believe that he does have a good soul, and the ego sometimes gets the best of us in a lot of things. So I'm trying to look at that. I mean, we've been together for 21 years, so it is worth to at least put that out there for him to make that decision. If he chooses not to, that's his choice, and I rise above that, right? Because I already know that there's going to be more out there for me. So I'm not worried about that. What I want to do is to be honoring myself and make sure that when I feel that someone's talking about me, because I always know, um to just let it be like that's them to be that shallow to talk about me. I'm gonna rise above it. I'm gonna send love and light to them and just be me, right? I'm no longer ashamed of who I am. I found that I was lying to myself a lot about a lot of things that I didn't realize because I was drinking every day, all day for years. So I'm called to actually learn to soften up on me, just be me. How do I balance my inner masculine and my Shiva and my feminine Shakti? I'm working on that. Right now I actually go in for healings because that's about the only time I feel completely balanced. Um, I'm getting there though. Like I today when I was at church, I actually released the need to know what people are thinking about me, the care of what you're thinking about me. Um, because I know I have a good heart. And I would never do anything to people to hurt them or anything like that, but I will learn to stand up for myself like I used to. But this time I'm going to do it with my masculine and my feminine intact here, right? I'm going to balance it and I'm going to learn how to do this on a daily basis. I just started doing this. I did work on some stuff kind of like this. And I just got out of that group, and that one was like 38 weeks. So that really has helped me a lot. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing. What does a sacred union mean to me? How can I embody that in my daily life? A sacred union to me is my mind, body, and spirit all going together at the same time. That is a tough one for me. Um, just being one with myself for the first time in a really long time. Being completely just one, you know? With my psychic stuff, I'm usually living out here. Uh, in the mediumship, I'm living here and I ignore that. Um, and then I kind of I let some negativity get into my mind and I got to learn to be okay with that. And I'm not very good with my shadow stuff yet. So I'm working on that one. I'm good with it, working with everybody else's stuff, but not my own. So it is time for me to work on my own. All right. So the second day was Cali. Okay. And Cali, let me go back down here. So that way we can kind of remember what Cali was about. So Cali is the goddess of destruction, remember? But not in a way that is meant to scare you. Remember that. So she destroys the illusion, the ego, the fear, and anything that keeps you small. So remember that, okay? She's considered the dark mother, the one that's really fierce and raw and unapologetic. Remember that one. Unapologetic being you. All right. So the theme is destruction, liberation, and shadow work. So what must die in my life so I can be reborn in truth? Now, that doesn't mean a human, okay? That means something about an illusion. Remember that, the ego. Something along that line, something has to die. Something that you think, like myself, my illusion, that my husband was going to stay honest with me. Now he has every opportunity to go forward and always be honest with me. He does have that opportunity because it's been 2 months. So he does have that opportunity. And so far, I know one time when he came here, he wasn't being completely honest, but I shouldn't have, but sorry. Sorry to myself. No, that I have to remember I am not going to apologize. I am unapologetic for someone else's behavior. Remember that because I knew something was going to come up for that one. Do not apologize for someone else's behavior. That is not your fault. And women mostly tend to do that. We tend to play small, and we should not play small. I know men can do that too. I know men play small as well. And I really wish that you guys would not do that as well. So, what must die in my life so I can be reborn in truth is what's happening right now, this separation. It's forcing me to see my worth. It is forcing me to see that I have power in me, right? That I can trust in myself because what I trust comes back to me, right? So if I trust myself, then someone who is trustworthy will be in my life. So I have to remember that. What fear am I ready to confront and cut away with courage? Oh boy. So the other day when I did this, it was to go live. And I did go live on TikTok. I haven't been able to go live on YouTube yet on some of my stuff. So and I think it's just because I have an iPad and so I I'll figure it out. Um, but anyways, so right now I am doing this. I'm confronting my fears of not being able to do something. Um, at first I was really afraid that I wasn't going to have food. But I've gotten food. Um, because he took all the money, closed me out of the account. Well, I was already out of it because never mind. But I found ways to do it because I can do it. Um, so in what ways have I suppressed my rage? And what does it want me to know? Well, when I went to the full-time purpose in Sedona to the mastermind, I've screamed before, but I've never screamed like I screamed there. I let out anger. People saw my throat chakra opening. I felt it. Now I'm just like, I get angry and I start crying, and I'm like, you know what? Good. Let that out. Just let the shit out. There's no point in me keeping it in. I don't need to hide myself anymore. I am not ashamed of the things that I put out here on the internet. I made sure of this because my guides asked me to do this last year, and I said, no, I was not going on YouTube. I was not doing any of that stuff. I was like, you're absolutely insane if you think I'm going live for these kind of things, or even recording myself and putting me out there. But the only way to do this is to do it daily. And you know what? I might suck at it, but eventually I won't. Because I know me and I know me, and I have been persistent every single day since I decided to start doing my journal prompts. I have been every day, and now I am doing twice a day for journal prompts, two separate kinds. So whatever comes next, I don't know, but I know that it is gearing me up for being able to speak to people. I got to start doing my lives and my Facebook stuff because I do love reading energy. I absolutely love it. And I have blocked myself for a little while now. And it's time for me to unblock myself because I'm very good at reading energy. I'm really good at reading even art and telling you about the person. I've done that many times. There's a lot of things that I'm really good at that I blocked myself from doing because I'm going through all this. And it's kind of made me feel like I wasn't good enough, or we would still be together. He wouldn't have done this, or he wouldn't have done that. And I have to realize that I no longer am putting blame on him. I am going to take ownership of myself, and that's it. And if I got to let out rage at myself, then I'm letting the shit out. Because I'm going to tell you what, I'm starting to heal in areas, even on my face, by just releasing this stuff. And I have other health issues that are going on that I have to release. I have to release where they came from because they're not mine to hold, and they're not yours to hold. So, Parvati, devotion, inner stillness, and transformation. So, what parts of me are being refined through patience and devotion? This money situation. I am learning patience. I am learning that my devotion to my company, even though, I've only been doing this since started my company in August of last year. And I've had women come through, um, and we are very empowering for each other. And I love seeing women, and I love seeing men see their inner power and see who they really, really are. I love watching people find themselves It is one of the best things that I have ever seen in my entire life, to be honest, outside of birth, but that was kind of painful. So, watching people transform is freaking amazing. And then to have us be so close to each other, right? Like we talk, on Facebook, we talk, Messenger or whatever. I mean, we are there for each other. And I really, really love that. And if on Sundays, if you guys want to come, I mean, you'll have to message me through, um, you'll have to message me. Maybe you can message me on here. And I can give you the link, to sign up. But it's Sundays, and it's from 3 to 5 Pacific Standard Time. But it's a great place to have, a place to get together with women, and we do healings. We do, just recently we did a release of contracts. So that was pretty powerful. So, but anyways, so yeah, I'm learning patience through money. I'm learning patience, and I'm learning the devotion that I have towards my company and myself. Um, my family, at least my children, are starting to see my strength and realize that yeah, I'm not gonna back down. This is me. And I tried to heal in silence, and I tried to kill myself, and it's not gonna happen again. Nothing is going to take my power from me anymore. I'm gonna continue to work hard and, stay in my power. So, how can I stay grounded? Oh, look at this. How can I stay grounded in my power while loving others unconditionally? Doing what I'm doing. I am going to make sure I'm loving myself first. And then when I'm happy and overflowing, then I can give. But I can't give to people anymore when I'm down. I cannot give to people anymore when I'm depressed. I cannot give to people anymore when I'm feeling sad. And yes, I'm honest about me and my when I get upset about things, because or if I feel a depression, because I know what that energy is, and I do not like that energy around me at all. I like being happy and I like being myself. So when that energy represents itself, I need to look into what in the world is going on and what energy is around me. Especially since I can read energy and I can feel it and I can hear it. I need to know what it is and why it is here, because then I need to make sure that that spot in my aura is getting healed, because I do not want that stuff in my life. And I will continue to love unconditionally, but I have to love myself first. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stay grounded and loving myself. I'm going to put my feet flat on the ground. I've been walking barefooted. I've been doing my meditations 3 times a day. Um, I've been doing that for months now. And it's really been helping me. Some people might not think so, but I know it's helping me. So, what am I deeply committed to? Body, soul, and spirit. Myself, my kids, my husband, if he chooses to go through marriage counseling, um, but my company, my children, my grandchildren when they come, right? Because they're the reasons I came back into this life to begin with. They're the reasons I came into this life, was to turn around and be with my boys again, to raise them. Because the last 2 times I was a girl, it didn't work out very well for me. So this time it has worked out for me. So I have one, two, three more, but that will be in a couple more days, because I need to make sure that I get these up here. Actually, what I will probably do is if I find the time, I will get them all done in one day. Not to post on here by any means. Just when I get done with the journal prompts, I can go on here and actually do them. So, anyways, I love you all and take care, okay?